Greetings, beloved brothers and sisters. You may have noticed that over the past decade, there has been a rise in what is called tribalism, where more and more people are clinging to the values and the norms of their particular tribe. This has a long, long history on the earth. There was a time when tribes were actually necessary for the survival of the body. The chances of surviving completely alone were pretty low. And yet, by being around others and by fitting in with others, there was an element of protection. It became more and more important, not just for physical protection, but for social protection, to not become ostracized, to not do anything that would have you be a deviant from your tribe, because you could be shunned or excluded, in which case you would probably die. And of course, once there's a tribe, there's always a tribal leader, someone that people follow. And this is the world of the ego. We are all separate. We need saving. There are threats. And perhaps by banding together, we can keep the threats on the outside of our tribe and feel safe within the tribe. There's been a resurgence of tribalism recently, where people's political group are their tribe, or their religion is their tribe, or their values about capitalism or socialism or fascism becomes their tribe. And tribal leaders are rising in power. The problem with all of this is that it is antithetical to reality. In reality, there are no tribes. That's something that only takes place in the mind. There is only one, and one family, of which we are all members, and all children of the same father, mother. Unconsciously, and with the help of social media and algorithms, if you allow yourself to just show your preferences, you will quickly be shunted into a place where you're only hearing the echoes of the values of the tribe. And it arouses more and more fear, fear of the other, fear of foreigners, fear of other religions, fear of other political parties. And the way to get away from the fear is become more and more tribal. This is folly, and only postpones the inevitable. The inevitable is the recognition and the realization that we are all one. Directly out of college, this dear one had an opportunity to work for a while in the prison system, the psychology department of the prison system. And every day, he would go down into the cells with the inmates and interview them and talk with them. And an interesting thing happened. He was very fearful at first because these were criminals and felons. But what he found after talking with people and being in groups and relating to them one-on-one, that even though they may look different from him and have a different background, these were just people. They were just people behind bars. And he had a sense of camaraderie and connection with them, most of them, that transcended the difference in their status and position in society. And he felt safe amongst people who mainly looked different, talked differently than he. And the walls came down a little bit. And in general, that feeling pervaded his consciousness so that it also was aware, he was also aware outside of the prison. And people who looked different and sounded different and spoke differently were not arousing fear in him. It wasn't that he didn't see any differences, but they didn't matter. If you only relate to people who look like you and sound like you and speak like you and believe like you, you will unconsciously be separating yourself from God, because God is in the people who are different from you too. And it's very important that they be included in your world. You don't have to live with them, but unless you're willing to see them as yourself, you will be stoking the fires of fear and reinforcing separation and taking yourself off the path to your own ascension. Welcome and include everyone and everything, especially those who seem very different from you, and offer them your love and acceptance and forbearance, even if you disagree with them vehemently or think they are delusional. We are all delusional until we wake up. I love you very much, and I'll speak with you again soon.